Hello everyone, here I am Vadil Sagar. Okay, so welcome back in the part number 12, electric charge and field. So at the at the end in 11 number part we seen regarding some dipoles and its examples and electric field kind of discussions we did, very healthy discussions there. And now I think I have to proceed for the yes, and the last also we seen the dipole in the uniform external field. So there at the end we got an idea regarding the dipole moment and electric field. It has some angled, so there resultant torque it feel by the dipole also. Such a kind of discussions we did in the 11 part. Okay, now we are proceeding in the part number 12. Today we will go for the continuous charge distributions kind of 1.13 number topic. Okay, here it is what we are discussing today. So as you can see the title of this our discussions, continuous charge distribution. As we seen in the maybe same chapter, quantizations of the charge. As I discussed at the earlier, whenever we discuss the quantizations is means every charge has an individual identity. It means if it is a group of 5 charges there, then the total charge of the system is always the sum of the total 5. So this is called quantization. It is individually they are contributing in the. Okay, now here we have not continuous discreteness. Okay, sorry, here we have a continuous charge distribution. There is no discrete kind of word and scenario we have. What is the continuous charge distribution? We have so far deal with the charge configurations involved in a discrete manner, like 1 2 3 4 and how many charge you have, according that it will be. One reason why we restrict our case what we are seeing in the discreteness, why we are replacing now why it's need to study regarding the continuous charge distributions. So the mathematical treatment is going to be simpler than the discreteness. For the many purposes are there, however in practically to work in terms of the discrete charge we need to work with the continuous charge also. Okay, so let us start to go with some brief intro of this discussions, and then I am just now starting the main point, the chart distributions in the terms of the locations of microscopic chart distribution. Now what is mean of microscopic chart distribution? Here you can able to see the one surface is there, and this surface I am dividing into the part. You can able to see the grid. So here one overall surface is there, and this surface is containing charges on it. But if we have to find the charge on total charge on the surface, no need to calculate on the all over the surface. You need to consider it small surface element which is called delta S for you. Total surface is S, then the small part is delta S. Okay, now if you able to find this how much charge in this surface area element, then you can able to multiply with the how many of its, then you will get the total charge. So here we will do the same task like that. The forgetting about what is R and O and P and this I will explain you later. But yes, which is a very small, which is this area element is very small on the macroscopic scale. If you are seen from the outside, from the overall surface point of view, it is very small. But if you go inside in the particular surface element, for your it is a microscopic world, and that microscopic world is enough number of electrons are contained, because it has a finite numbers, and electrons are very tiny particles, so it has a number of electrons inside it. Okay, now the specifying charge, because the electron has charge, so that the number of electron which is inside on this surface element, it has one total charge of this surface element, so this is the total charge of that surface element is the delta Q. So till that we have a two idea, like a surface element which is delta S, what you seen here, and one more which is a delta Q. Okay, the two thing you are able to judge now onwards. Now the new thing for you I am introducing, surface charge density. as a 12th standard student, you aware about the mass density, number density, and many more common densities are there. Density is nothing but the in general, denominator is always having your surface or area or volume element. It means, okay, suppose it is number density, then that much number per unit volume, that much number per unit surface, that much number, suppose likewise. So okay, suppose mass density, then this much mass upon this much volume, this much mass this upon this much surface area. So this is what the called density. It means this much upon this much surface or area or volume. Are you able to understand? Okay, now I am defining the surface charge density, and especially here we are for the surface charge density, it's denoted with the help of the sigma. You can able to see the sigma here. This sigma is defined as the number of charge, which is delta q, on the surface element. How much surface element we have? Delta q. Okay, so this our surface charge density is defined as this much number of charge. It means total number of charge on the surface element delta s, which is delta q upon delta s. We can do this in the different points. Okay, you can do with this delta s is not this for you, it may be you here, this the charge will be different for you. Okay, so it is a different kind of task you can able to do this. We can do this at a different point on the conductor and thus arrive at the continuous functions as the sigma is called surface charge density. Is it okay? Okay, we are proceeding for the further. Represent the microscopic surface charge density, which in the sense is a smoothened out average of microscopic charge density. It means a microscopic. Now think about it. If you go inside, you have a microscopic charge and you are summed out all the over the all density elements, the area which is with, as said before, the large microscopically but small macroscopically. Macro and micro. If macro means what, you are outside, okay, you in the front of you have a surface element, and then this electrons for you, which is a micro, then those are this very small for the microscopic point of view, macroscopic point of view. But as a microscopic, if you are going inside, then your electron is your colleague, it means your neighbor likewise. So it is, you are not say it is a, you cannot ignore, but overall you can ignore one. Okay, thousands rupees you have, you can ignore the 1 rupees. Okay, so this is a way on which we are talking about macro and micro, macro and micro. Okay, so the unit of the sigma is the unit of delta q is the coulomb, and then this is a surface element, area element, so the meter cube. So this is our SI unit of the surface charge density is a coulomb per meter square. Okay, so similarly we are proceeding for the one simpler case than the surface and one more tougher case than the surface, which is the simpler one is the line charge density, as what we seen in surface charge density. One more is the line charge density, you can able to see in this picture. And also there is a one more element you have, which is called volume charge density, because any volume was considered having some charge. Okay, so yes, and the surface also having charge, line can also having charge, and volume can also having charge. So there is a 3 different kind of charge density: line charge density, surface charge density, and volume charge density. Let us go for the line charge density. You can able to see that is one line is there. On this line we have a number of charges, but the total charge on the line, if you want to find, then you have to consider your line element, which is symbolized as the earlier it was a line delta s for the surface element or area element. Sorry, surface and area is same, because surface is nothing but the area, so it has an area. So that here we have a line element, so it is a delta l. And this delta l, okay, as I said you, I will explain this what is p and r. So this is O is your observation point, and this is a P. It is a point where we have to find the effect of electric field due to the presence of charge on the elements, either line, either surface, either volume. Please, I am explaining again. See, this can be changeable. This line can be surface. Surface can be volume also, but the scenario will be same. You are observing from somewhere and you want to find the effect of charges on somewhere points. This point is the far from that source is r prime. Our observations is far from this source is r. The total distance between O and P, it means the observations point and the effecting point, is the total R. So this is what it is the shown in the figure, and this is also, it is very easy to understandable after the completing this. If you are able to understand this, and you can able to delta q is equal to delta lambda time delta L. Okay, so this is the line charge density is lambda. Earlier surface charge density is sigma, here the line charge density is lambda. So lambda is again now the number of charge on line, so the line element. Okay, very easy for you now, where delta L is equal to small line elements, where the macroscopic scale, macroscopic it means you are outside, you are seeing, however including a large number of microscopic charge which are inside. આની અંદર પણ આની અંદર કેટલા બધા ઇલેક્ટ્રોન હોઈ શકે. Likewise, what is I am trying to explain you what the micro and macro. Okay, and delta q is the charge contained by that element. This element, this blue part, how much charge it contains, this much delta q. We don't know how much delta q it has. Okay, that the unit of it is a coulomb per, it is a line, that's why it is a meter only. So coulomb upon meter. Okay, now we are go for the third part of this charge density, volume charge density. So the volume charge density is symbolized as rho. So this can be askable in the MCQ. Lambda, sigma and rho. Surface, okay, lambda for the line surface element, line charge density, surface charge density and volume charge density, where the delta q is the charge including at the microscopic scale. As I said you number of time, again the unit scenario, coulomb per meter cube, and this is what we are trying to see. This is a volume element we have, taking one small element's volume delta v, which is far from the observation point to the effecting point. Sorry, this is r prime and all this. The notion of continuous charge distribution is similar to that we have adopted in a continuous mass distributions in a mechanics that we seen in the 11th class. When we refer to the density of liquid, we are referring to its macroscopic density. We regards it's a continuous fluid, it's ignore that the discrete molecule contributions. If we are going in a liquid densities, mass densities, there we are not seeing that the okay આ કોર્નરમાં કોઈ બોક્સ છે that આ કોર્નરમાં આટલું માસ છે તો એને અલગથી લેવાનું. No, you are seeing overall. So this is, you are seeing the continuous charge, continuous mass distribution. So in this field, in the electric field also, we are seeing the continuous distributions of charge. So this is what is important thing of this today's discussions. Suppose a continuous charge distribution distinguished in the space has the charge density. Choose any convenient origin O and let the position vector as convenient as you can able to see, it is a observation point. From there is the charge distributions is the far from the, from there it is a charge distribution far from the r. The charge density may be vary from the point to point. For example, the functions of r somewhere. Divide the charge density into the small volume, and this is the charge density. You are dividing into the small part, it is delta v. This charge density is the elements is the delta v, and this overall charge on the how much it has, q rho upon delta v. How we seen that volume charge delta q is equal to rho time delta v, rho time delta v. Okay, okay. So if we want to write the expressions of electric field on point P due to presence of delta element delta v, delta v number of charge, delta v is the volume element, inside how many number of charge is present, due to those charge how much electric field feel by the point P you are observing from the point O. Is it able to understand? Now as we know the electric field expression E is equal to kq upon r square into the unit vector. This is nothing but your k, this is nothing but your q, as I said you earlier also, here also, upon r square, which is which r square is the distance between your point of effect and source. This is your source, point of effect is here, how much distance it has, r prime. So this is a r prime square, not r, not a capital R, nothing. This why r prime they are using, this is the reason I am given. And what is it, r cap and this prime, this is a unit vector, the electric field in the directions of this vector. it is not here, it is not here, it is not here, it is particularly on this vector lines, r prime vector lines. And this is a for the particular small area element. You want to find the presence, or you want to find the electric field filled by the point P due to the whole these volume elements. Then you are just integrating, or you can able to say that the summation over the all delta v elements, small delta v elements, then the 4 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Here we are just putting the summation over all v, and rho v, rho delta v upon r prime square into r prime. So note that here one rho r prime and r prime all can carry the point to point information. If you are this rho is what? Volume charge density. If you are here somewhere, then the volume charge density can be different. If you are here, then the r prime will be different for you, and the other is r prime prime is also can be. So at the point to point, this variation can be happen. In a strict mathematical methods, we should delta v is going to be 0, and the sum then becomes an integral. As we know, and earlier also, as I taken your classes in the 11th class, as I said, you delta v approaches to the 0, then this summation is going to be integrate, and this integration is care about the all charges on the surfaces. But we omit the discussions here to the not extending too much in this boring part. For the similarly, in short, we are able to judge this what they are trying to convey us according the densities point of view, according the charge densities point of view, whether it is a volume, surface, or line, we can able to find the electric field on the particular points. According to Coulomb's law superposition, the electric field can be determined by the any charge distribution, either line, volume, or the surface, discrete or continuous, whether it is no matter, we can able to find the electric field of it. Thank you very much for the today's discussion. If any query or anything which you are not able to understand in this our discussions, you can able to mention in the comment section. Thank you.